I plan on doing more of these. It's gonna be so good because ube is just delicious and the color is just so color, ube purple. Mabuhay and welcome back to the channel. My name is Tez Milan. I am a Filipino-American creative who is on a mission to do a deep dive into my lost Philippine heritage, to learn as much as I possibly can and to share that with you. Today, in honor of Easter and in honor of Good Friday, the day that this video is coming out, I want to bake for you these special ube Mascobado sugar cookies. Ube is a sweet potato root, and you can find this ingredient in many Filipino dessert recipes. It just makes everything not only delightfully delicious, it also makes it bright purple. I got this recipe and several of the ingredients from the Patikim Sample Box that I unboxed from the Filipino Food Movement. And I'm gonna put a screenshot of that video right here for you to take a look at. A lot of these ingredients are native to the Philippines. I thought in celebration of Easter and in celebration of the end of fasting for Lent, I would make these cookies so that in case you can't eat them today, you can prepare and make them possibly for Sunday's Easter celebration feast. The ingredients that came with the Patikim Sample Box that I have here now are Miki's purple yam ube powder. Yeah, so this is the purple yam powder. This is the ube. This is what's gonna make these sugar cookies bright purple. Also, it came with the Patikim Sample Box. I got Ilocano Asin, which I learned that Asin is actually the word for salt in Tagalog. This is Ilocano X Roads Philippine sea salt. What's really cool is that my dad is Ilocano, so this sea salt comes from the region in which my dad is from. So we're gonna put some of this into the recipe as well. The third ingredient that I got in the Patikim Sample Box is this Mascobado premium cane sugar alternative. And this is gonna be going not only into the recipe, but we're also going to be sprinkling this on top of the cookies to make them extra, extra sweet for the holiday. I will include the recipe details in the description below. The first thing that this recipe says that I need to do, we're gonna do this together, preheat the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Follow me into the kitchen. We're already in the kitchen, but you're gonna follow me to the oven, and I'm gonna preheat this guy to 400 degrees. I can turn it on. It doesn't want to turn on. Ah, there we go. Yay! Okay, so it's at 400 degrees. The next thing that I need to do is grease baking sheet or line with parchment paper. The next step is mix ingredients in this order: sugar, oil, vanilla extract, salt, baking powder, ube powder, and flour in a mixing bowl. We're gonna do this just like Filipinos do. We're just gonna mix it all together, and then we call that mix. We're gonna hollow this recipe up, and we're gonna put everything in a one big bowl. I can hear the ocean in the bag. Ube powder, ube powder, ube powder. Oh my God, it's so pretty. Ube powder, the right stuff. Hey, oh, oh, oh. Oh, 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 oh. Uh-oh. You know, uh-oh means yes in Tagalog. Here we go. Combine until dough is well blended. We're gonna be mixing this all together. What's really cool is that there's like 93% of Filipinos are Catholic. But actually, no, I take that back. 93% of Filipinos are Christian, with over 80% of those being Catholic. I was raised Catholic. I remember going to church every Easter Sunday and it being like a really, really big deal. I went to church in Arizona. There weren't a lot of other Filipinos to go celebrate with, but I know that in the Philippines, there is a lot of celebration. They have a big feast on Easter Sunday after people break the fast. That's a really big deal because we love to eat and we love food, which is why I'm making these cookies so that we can celebrate Easter with some sweetness. Now that this is combined, round a spoonful of dough and place on baking sheet at least 1 inch apart. We're ready to go into the oven. Bake cookies at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 8 to 10 minutes until it looks firm. So we're gonna put these into the oven and I'm gonna set my timer for 8 to 10 minutes and then we're gonna come back. We're gonna see what happens. Yeah, here we go. We're gonna wait 8 to 10 minutes. You ready? Okay, so the time has come. We are going to pull these cookies out of the oven and see how we did. Got my glove. Oh my gosh, they smell so good. The directions say let cool outside of the oven for 5 minutes or so before gently removing cookies with spatula to a wire rack. I'm gonna let these cool for 5 minutes. Try not to eat them right away, and then we're going to gently remove the cookies with a spatula to a wire rack. 5 minutes, here we go. So now it says to transfer them carefully to a wire rack. So we're gonna do that to all of our cookies. We're gonna transfer them very carefully so that I can put them in my mouth. And the wire rack and my spatula. And we are going to transfer. Something that I was just noticing is that my cookies, in comparison to the picture on here, they are significantly more brown than what's in this photo. So either they did a really good job photoshopping these cookies, which I doubt, or I just didn't put enough ube powder into the mix. I probably should have put the entire packet in here, but that's okay. I'm sure they'll still taste delicious. They'll just look not as ube-ish. My friend was asking me what other ube desserts there are. I've seen ube donuts, ube cake, ube ice cream. In the Philippines, it's like the queen of dessert ingredients, and it's everywhere. Especially in the United States, there's like a lot of chefs who are like doing all of these new styles of desserts, and it always features ube because it's just so fun to look at and so delicious to eat. The last bit to do is to sprinkle the Mascobado sugar on top, and that's gonna be the icing on the cake, so to speak, or the sugar on the cookie. Just to save the sugar from going everywhere, I'm gonna put this wire rack right back on top of the baking sheet along with the parchment paper that I use so that I'm recycling, and I'm going to sprinkle the sugar on top, and then it's gonna capture all of that extra sugar and goodness so it doesn't just get all over the kitchen. There we go. Oh yeah, and this is what's gonna make this cookie just sing. So here we go. Ube All right, let's not drop these. Ube Mascobado sugar cookies for Easter. Maligayang Pasko ang pagkabuhay. All right, let's try these. Try this. Yeah. They're not a crispy cookie. If I wanted them crispier, I probably should have just left them in the oven for longer. They definitely have texture to them, almost a nuttiness. That might be due to the type of flour that I chose to use. It was like an organic all-purpose flour. I think that what I could have done is also put more ube powder in here so that the ube flavor really comes out, because they taste sort of like a regular sugar cookie. But sprinkling the sugar on top of the cookie is really what takes this up a notch. and it's not too sweet. That's actually something that I really like about it. Actually, you know what? I just realized I really taste the salt, and I like that a lot. I like that it's a sort of this mix of like salty and sweet. Yeah. So that is it for this episode. Thank you so much for joining me. I wish everybody a very happy Easter. If you've got other ube recipes that you want to share with me so that I can try them and make them for you, I would love to do that. So leave them in the comment section down below. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this episode. Thanks so much for watching. Till next time, paalam. Goodbye. Happy Easter. Happy Bunny Day.
And cut.